I'm Eric Belsterling. I'm the founder of Heart and Soul Recovery. Thank you for taking the time to look at my site. I wanted to explain a little bit why I got into the field. It was 1990 and I was very lost. I went to a 7-day codependency treatment center in Pennsylvania where I learned that I had multiple addictions. I suffered from depression, anxiety, and I needed therapy. I started seeing a therapist at the time, and I had been drinking at the time heavily. I also had a couple other addictions that I was aware of: food and exercise and pornography. And I ended up having to go to rehab in 1991, the summer of 1991. It was Sierra, Tucson, and I weighed 119 pounds and I was suicidal. I hated myself. And I went there reluctantly, and it was at Sierra, Tucson that I realized that I was not the black sheep of the family. Up to that point, I thought I was the defect, and I had a lot of toxic shame. They taught me at Sierra Tucson that addiction is a family disease, and it's not only nuclear, it's multi-generational. We had a family week, and my dad flew out, my mom flew out, my sister flew out. It was the first time I saw my dad cry. My dad was a state policeman and never saw him cry, and I idolized him. My mom ended up flying back out and going through their 40-day codependency treatment, and it blew my family apart for the better. I ended up going to a halfway house after that, and I ended up leaving AMA. And I had to go through some, what we call more research in 12-step, more pain and suffering. And I had to go to another rehab, and this time it was for alcohol. And it was only after that rehab that I really surrendered, and I went to an all-male halfway house in Arizona. And I was in that all-male halfway house for 2 years. Changed my life forever. I really learned to grow up out there and differentiate and individuate, as we say in the field. I started my own journey with therapy, and I've been with multiple gifted therapists in my life, and I really consider myself the role I play as a wounded healer and a guide. I love Star Wars, and I consider my role as a Yoda role, and you're going to be the Jedi warrior. And I will guide you and certainly give you direction, but ultimately you're going to make the choices. And I really consider this as the hero's journey, Joseph Campbell's heroine's journey, where you just looking at this video, you're answering the call, and coming to therapy, you're crossing the threshold. And we'll go do the descent, do the ordeal, and then come out and come back to the homecoming, ultimately to have you see your own brilliance. I'm a conduit, I'm a tuning fork for you to see your own brilliance, and that you can bring your own unique gifts to the planet. And be the best version of you can be. So I so pride myself in having to embody and live everything I am attempting to teach you. I'm in my own therapy. I'm in 2 peer supervision groups. I seek the best supervisors on the planet in my field. So I'm constantly doing my own work if I am trying to help other people. As we say in the 12-step, I got to keep my side of the street clean. Thank you for taking the time to look at this video. I look forward to talking to you, and we'll be in touch. Be well.